Welcome to this game of Mechabellum. It's here and fight against a Chinese player which repeated the same letter quite a few times in his name, don't know what it means. But my options: Training, Fire Badger, Amplify and Elite. And look at those. Don't look at that great for Crab. And I end up going for Training. Training is always good in my opinion. Almost always. And my opponent choice: Giant, Rhino, Fortified and Typhoon. And I think, yeah, he ends up going for Giant. And that's even worse for Crabs because he starts with Sabertooths. And right at the beginning, Sabertooths one-shot Crabs. So not great for going Crabs. One side there is nothing, so that's where I will defend. Note that I have fangs, not crawlers, so at least I already have some anti-air. Looking here, it looks really good for me to go Phoenix, so that's what I'm going to do. Because my opponent lacks Shaft Clear, so he's probably going to grab Shaft Clear and he will have no anti-air. And I lack DPS. The Phoenix solved this problem, even if I forgo one deployment. I instantly level my Phoenixes, so I don't waste the intensive. And he went for Hounds in the back. Not the most usual thing to see, though you are seeing this more these days. Phoenix insta-locked on the Saber. My Shaft Clear is not the best, considering he has 3 Shaft packs. But the Fangs are helping. And he has nothing that can kill my Phoenix. With the Shaft dead, it's already my victory. But I will even get some units to survive. And a good first round win. My opponent's already below 4k. Deployment Module, it is a good card. Two good options here. Deployment Module, Rhino Assault. Photon Coating can be useful, but not in this case for me. My units still get one-shotted by the Sabers, so Photon Coating wouldn't help. So it was between Deployment, Rhino and skip. I decided to skip. The side here was quite open for me to go for a Rhino, but there is the tower. And if he just put one Fang behind the tower, this anti-armor cannon would kill the Rhino. So that's why I decided to go against going the Rhino. Deployment could be useful for my Phoenix, but it's already in a good position. Even if I could play around with it, with the deployment module, so maybe I should have grabbed it. You see that I started selling my towers now, only so the first. My opponent goes for Phoenix too, so we both have Phoenix now. His choice of anti-air. And more crawlers. So one crawler, one Phoenix, and I put one Fang on this side, and level 2 tower. Worried about a Rhino that didn't arrive, so that's kind of wasted resources that are not going on the main fight. Let's see if I can still win. And my Shaft Clear didn't improve that much. I added one more sledge, but they managed to kill it, even if later than the enemy. Phoenixes are wasting shots on the same target. Now they turned one for each side, but my ground is dead. And that's a defeat. And that is the 200 resources that I didn't invest on the main fight and invested on the side, making the difference. With both sabers and the phoenix alive, that is 500 damage. Still a few fangs going for his other tower. So now my main problem that I need to solve is shaft clear. Here, there are level 2 crabs, but with the sabers here and the phoenix that just got a level, not the best choice. I'd go for the storm. None of these options were good for... The spider can shaft clear, but it's also weak to saber and it would need tax. So any shaft clear unit would need tax, but I would decide to go for arc lights. So 2 arc lights here. Range, because as I said, I need tax, I need to clear them faster and from far away. The sooner I start clearing the shaft, the sooner my phoenix can start going for good targets. My opponent also goes for the storm. And I am quite vulnerable to storm. You can see I have no crawlers. And my fangs are very slow, so good target for storms. Sledges are also good targets. So I'm very vulnerable to storm here. My opponent, Giant Specialist, finally uses the Giant Specialists, going for a fortress. He sold one of the sabers. And you can see everyone runs anti-air barrage. So I should start worrying about the life of my phoenixes. And he decided against it. Yeah, just went for a lot of hounds. I think it's the next round that he'll go for fortress. And his hounds will clear this side. And if I made a crawler attack here, it was useless. But I am winning against his crawler swarm, not crawler, hound swarm. Arclight's doing great. They even get top 2 and top 3 damage. My level 2 tower can tank quite a few shots from the hounds, so that's enough time for me to defeat his storms. Top 1 damage for me was the storm, doing a lot of damage. Speed this. The phoenix got 2 now. There is still 1 arclight in third. Tower debuff, but it can't do much. And victory for me. So, solving the shaft clear problem, solved all my problems at the moment. Here, only haste module could be useful for me. And that's what I'm going to grab. And he has 2 hounds on this side. What can kill hounds easily if you give it an item and a level? Arclight. As you can see, now it one-shot the hounds. So this Arclight, and it's faster, so this Arclight will be my secret weapon to kill his units on this side and grab a tower debuff. Or at least that is my idea. Now I'm finally grabbing crawlers to at least annoy his storms a little. So mine did better than his. 29,000, but might survive until the end. But now he is going fortress, 2 fortress, 1 with an item, the same as my Arclight just got. And I just grabbed range on my phoenix. Which is not a great idea when my opponent's just grabbing fortress, but I'm not seeing it, as I can't see what he's doing while I'm playing. So he's giant spec, so he could easily grab fortress. So this stack was a mistake. I won't go for a missile interceptor in the back behind the tower, so it's quite safe. But it only intercepts, although yeah, it is intercepting quite a bit. Even if they are still top damage, because it's a bit far away from the fight. You can see my Arclight did its job, tower debuff. One fortress down. Both his Phoenix are dead, so I already won the fight. His Storm did quite a bit of damage, although not that much. Look at mine. But mine has great targets in the fortresses. Level 2 Storm can do a lot of damage. And that's victory for me. Even if he just grabbed the fortresses. But Phoenix is one of my top DPS units. And he has a tech that will completely nullify them. You see me grabbing Saber. And I'm just going to sell. Although I maybe could use Saber, but he has way too many hounds for Saber to be good. Hounds that will get in front of the fortress as soon as he grab range enhancement. So Sabers, even if Sabers can counter fortress if they are high level than the fortress, they are really bad against hounds. My opponent's going for a Phantom Race, which is, considering I think he's going to go for anti-air barrage. It is not a bad one, and he just got them from the deployment. You see that I go for Overlord. It was between going Mountain again, but I just played the game like this with Mountain. I could go Abyss, but I decided, why not try Overlords, even if they have the improved Overlord tech bar. You can see here my high explosive ammo in here. But they can kill fortresses and deal with anything in the air. So that was my idea. And then my opponent didn't even grab the AA yet. I have a level 3 Phoenix. You can see there's Overlord on the side, perfectly positioned because my opponent just grabbed it, but it evaded all the shots. Now it's dead. And tower debuff again, which I will need, because I was losing the fight in here. Way too many fortresses. But with the debuff, his Phoenix is down. His fortresses are now dead. And I won't kill this cursed anti-missile. That was a lot of value, because look at how many hounds it's here. And I never kill it. Here we have tank production line enhancement module, which was nerfed. So you can see it can reduce the cost by only 100. It can't reduce by more than 100 now. So even if it's 250 to level up an Overlord, I would only profit 100. So you need a lot of cells to make that worth it. Even if it does increase the attack and HP. Preferred going for the tank production. Level 2 for him. Just grab it. Launcher overload. So I can start to kill things faster. My opponent was going to go for range, but then he will go for AA barrage. His Storm is still one of his top damage. I don't have a lot of HP on the ground, so he can't get a lot of damage with his fortresses and ground units. He's selling his phantoms. and just doubling down on getting even more fortresses with AA barrage. And he also grabbed marksman. See one marksman on this side. And henge enhancement. Henge, something I'm lacking right now. Because I just grabbed launcher overload. And you will see that the barrages actually can kill overlords. At least level 1 overlords can be killed by the high amount of barrages. There's a lot of barrages, and Phoenixes are also helping a lot. Yes, they are low range, you can see 43,000 DPS on the Phoenix. So they were the main culprit of my defeat. Looking here, Acid Blast. Look quite good. If I can get one acid. No one expects someone to grab acid Blast, so I was counting on that and using acid here to make his units weaker. Range enhancement on my overlord, so they don't need to get so close to do damage, so they don't get targeted by the Phoenixes. Grabbing more. And basically what I need is units on the ground to shaft clear and delay the enemy fortresses, and my overlords will take over the damage. Even if they are not improved overlords. I usually go by this strategy when it's improved overlords, then they can do everything. They can shaft clear and kill anything the opponent puts on the field. Right now I'm just going for more overlords, so 6 in total. So they will divide the anti-air barrages, which my opponent's grabbing even more. He's trying to invest on anti-air barrages to defeat my overlords. But with more, it will divide the barrages a little more, and then I just need to get levels, so they don't become so vulnerable. You can see my opponent didn't shield, even if he's moving his fortresses in a strange way in here. My shaft clear is lacking. Taking a bit long to kill the shaft clear, but left side completely overwhelmed, and also the right side is also crumbling. So that is a lot of overlords still alive. As you saw, my opponent didn't have a lot of HP. And that is an overlord victory. And if you enjoyed this game, you could like and subscribe. It's easy and it helps me a lot. But my opponent's idea of countering overlords with anti-air barrage was not that great. It worked while I still have only a few overlords, but as I grab more, the barrages divide, and as soon as I started grabbing levels on the overlords, it would become useless because the barrage doesn't increase in damage with the level of the fortress. If it increased, it could be a viable strategy, but it doesn't. So he would have to keep grabbing more and more fortresses, which he already had a lot. But I would get more efficiency by leveling my overlords, and he would still lose, even if he didn't lose on this round, which he lost by quite a bit. Minus 1,100 HP. But acid was also really good, and as I said, no one expects someone to grab acid, and it lasts 2 turns. That's the best part of acid. It not only gave me value on the round that I put it, but it would give me value on this next round, if it happened. But that's it for this game. Hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you on the next one.